Like, I don't even how many times have we come to God not really wanting God for real? Imagine if you were in a friendship, let's just say friendship, and you knew that every time this person was calling you, they were asking for money.
Oh my God.
Every single time. How quickly would it be for you to then now move to ignoring these calls or making the conversation very quick? Hey, what you need? What you need? What you need? Yeah, man. I'm just trying to figure out if you got a few dollars from me. I don't, and honestly, I'm kind of busy, man. I'm go ahead and I'm gonna holler at you. Okay, cool. I'll holler at you next time. Such quick interactions. I wonder. Now I know God is not like me, right? But I wonder if he ever gets to the place where he's like, man, the only time they talk to me is when they want something. Like the only time they say something to me is when they got their hand out. Like, does every conversation have to be God I need? And it doesn't end with God I need you? Like, does every conversation have to be? I just wonder, and I'm gonna ask them these questions when I get to heaven. Like, have you ever gotten to the point where when we were trying to connect with you, the barrier was we kept coming to you. Our approach was off because we only put you in the box of fulfilling our need and never really tapping into real relationship. Like, what? Tell me, what's your thoughts on that, bro?
Bro, I have nothing to say. You done destroyed this whole. Oh my God, the vending machine God. We don't want his face. We want his hands. And it's troubling because when you see God speak throughout scripture, oftentimes when God is, we want to hear from God, but truly, let's look at what we mean when we say we want to hear from God. Oftentimes it's always, God, I want to get to a destination. I have an expected destination in my mind, and hearing from you gets me to that destination, when that is nothing like how God moves.
Yeah.
Here's the beautiful thing about God. God is so good, and he's not complex. Why does God want us to ask him? Why does God want us to pray? Why does God want us to commune with him? A self-sufficient God that does not need us. A God that does not need us to be glorious, does not need us to be righteous, does not need us to be omnipotent or omniscient. Why do you think that we are to come before him, to talk to him, to make our requests known to him, to lay our burdens on him? God is seeking to bring us closer because words are best heard when lips are closest to ears. There is an intimacy that is necessary for clarity, right? And so we want clarity without intimacy. It's almost like saying, I want to be able to hear the articulations, but I'm okay being at a distance. You can't have both at the same time. If you want the intimacy, then I always say this: there's no such thing as intimacy without something coming off. When Moses stood before the burning bush, God said, take off your shoes. Like, this is intimacy. Something has to come off of you to relate with me because I'm a holy God. My thoughts are higher than your thoughts. My ways are higher than your ways. My language is different. So if you can't remove the filter of yourself, remove the filter of your pride, remove the filter of your experiences, when you come in, you'll be hearing my words distorted. No matter how close I try to bring you, if you don't strip off what you've known, strip off what you think, then even when I speak to you, you'll hear me wrong. How many of us have already gotten the word from God? We know what God wants for our life, but still somehow along the way, we've played the telephone game with the word of God internally. And the suggestions of the enemy have now misconstrued the God that told you to wait now just says, well, I could just include a little bit of rubbing and touching. The God that told you to say, be still, I have something better. It's like, okay, well, I gotta do Uber and I'm about to be a rapper in the time being. God is like, will you just be still and listen to me? There's no lecture hall without a seat that you have to be still, sit down and take in what's being heard. We want to be able to take it in while being on the move. God is saying, I need you to stop.
Just
They say at the crosswalks, you got to stop, look, and listen, but you got to stop to listen. And God is looking for a people who are looking for his face. He's looking for a people that are willing to strip off the weight of their own personal expectations and desires. God says a double-minded man is unstable in all of his ways. Let him not even think that he'll receive anything from me. So you are on one end saying, God, I want what you got. But on the other side saying, God, I got to do what I got to do.
and that's why we keep walking out into crosswalks getting hit by oncoming traffic.
Wait, I got to go.
Nope. You started it. You started this.
Go.
So we come to the crosswalk where now we're looking for clarity and direction. And you got to hit the button. You got to tap in with the source and wait for the signal.
I'm out. I got to go.
You got to wait for the signal. And what happens is we don't want to wait until he says, come. So we start walking at the wrong time. And then we go to God upset, angry, frustrated, and disappointment when we get hit by things we never saw coming. Because we think that just no.
Crazy.
Because we think just because I have the ability to walk across here that I should have the right of way.
No, say that again. No, say that again.
We think that just because I can and I have the ability to walk across here that I should have the right of way, not knowing that if I don't submit my ability to the signals of the oncoming traffic, then my ability is now in jeopardy of getting run over. And then we don't even get why now we are coming to God broken and fragmented, and we're saying, God, I stepped out and I did what you told me to do. But he said, because you weren't close enough, you got the what, but you didn't get the win. So now we're out here pushing forward. I know what God told me to do. But when you do it out of timing, you are subjected to the oncoming traffic.
Bro.
Because when God gives you the signal,
come on, bro.
That is when I'm supposed to step out. But if I can't hear from God.
But what if it takes too long for the signal to change from stop to go? That's the problem. It's been on stop too long. And when you talk about the ability, I got the beauty, I got the talent, I got the degree, I got the ordination, I know I heard your voice and I know that I'm called, but why do I have to wait at the stop sign for this long? And it's a God that knows the oncoming traffic before it comes. He knew the oncoming traffic before the car was started. And God that sees the end from the beginning and sees and recognizes how he desires to protect you more than you desire to protect yourself says, look, I'm not interested in simply just your destination. I also curated this moment because I wanted you with me at the crosswalk a little bit longer. What if we're trying to rush out of intimacy? What if we're trying to rush out of journey? I think it was something about the journey that God journeyed with his people, and he was able to hand feed them manna on a day-to-day basis, because he could have gave them a week's worth. To be honest, the same God in Matthew 6:33 and 6:32, he says, but I already know what you need.
Yeah.
I want you to come to me, baby.
It's the comeback.
I want you to talk to me. Come back. Make your petitions known to me. I want to hear from you. We see the prescription in the beginning with Adam, and he walked with Adam, and there was uninhibited relationship and communion with a God that doesn't need us. He says, there's something about you. I I love to see my nature reflected off of you. I want to move. I want to walk with you. I want to talk with you. And you just want to get to the next destination. And so when I hold you at the crosswalk a little longer, why are you refusing? Why are you resisting me? I'm holding on to your hands and I'm whispering. I'm whispering not just so you could get direction, but I'm whispering so you could know the voice. I'm whispering so you could get used to the articulation. I'm whispering so you could get used to the vernacular. So that when you're in a pit, you hold on to the vernacular. And even if you hear the sound of similar voices, you will never turn. You'll hear voices that say, come on out. I'm not moving and I'm not getting out. And I'm not going to try to escape until the Lord tells me to move. And that's why you could talk to somebody that's in faith. This is, why are you still here? Why haven't you moved? Why haven't you divorced this person? Why haven't you left this place? Why haven't you given up? I know the voice of my God. And unless God says move, I'm not moving. Unless God tells me to stop, I'm not stopping. And we got to get to the point that even beyond the voices of our weariness and the voices of the people that are succeeding ahead of us, we're willing to stop and wait at the crosswalk. I don't care if he has you at the crosswalk for 7 years.
Yeah.
You got good, strong legs. And if we're going to make a metaphor out of it, you're one of the most beautiful people in your community. You're one of the most anointed people around. But God is holding on to you. Why? Because he loves you that much. He don't want you out there at the risk of oncoming traffic. And on top of that, there is something about you being near him that benefits you in a way that you're able to know the voice of God like no other.
Because that's what it is. It's that I'm not holding you because I'm holding you back. I'm holding you because I want you to go with me. I want you to sit down, bro. I don't want you. I could let you go. I could let you go. So when they come back, why are you still standing here at the crosswalk? Because God ain't moved yet. And I'm not trying to go across here without him.
Bro.
I can't step into this lane. I can't step. I don't see the traffic that's coming. Here's the real truth. I don't know what's waiting on the other side of the street, even when I get over there. So why am I waiting? Because God ain't moved yet. So when I need to be so connected to him. So when he's holding me and I'm trying to get out there, something in me should say, okay, well, where are you?
Come on.
Because just as a parent wants to hold on to their child and the child wants to run across the street because it seems like fun, the parent is saying, no, you got to come with me. You got to come with me. I got to hold your hand and walk you across this street. How much of God is he's trying to walk us across the street so that his protection, his guide, his stature. Imagine someone driving in an 18-wheeler and a 4-year-old is walking across the street. You might not see them depending on how close you are. But if a 7-foot father walks out in the street, the tendency is for you to recognize the father and then stop your direction. How much of God's protection is in his presence?
Wow.
We want God to send protection, and he's saying, I am protection. So you got to walk with me so that when oncoming traffic is coming, they see me and stop so they don't hit you.
Bro, but then it makes me have to stop and assess my heart. Do I want to get there even if it's at the expense of getting there without him? Like, I wonder how much of getting there is the prize for me. And I have no problem sacrificing my intimacy in the process. Like, what if it almost breaks my heart. What if God is preserving you in such a way that he's just saying, yes, you're saying, oh, God, you keep on saying you're preparing me. You keep on saying you're preparing me. And you're getting it twisted when he says he's preparing you. I'm preparing you such that when you go into this, you don't forget me. That's why I used to tell his people, meditate on this word day and night. That as you journey through the wilderness and where you're going to go, these words shall not depart from your mouth and from your heart. It's this idea that God so dearly wants to be a part of this journey. When he sent his son to die, he said, I will never leave thee nor forsake thee. This comes like, you read that back in Joshua. I will never leave thee nor forsake thee. He promises and vows to never leave thee nor forsake us. And he says, you know what? I'm going to send a comforter. I'm going to send myself in the form of my spirit. That's how much I don't want to leave you. But it's different for us. It's God, this is how much I want what I think you have for me. Whatever it takes and whatever it costs me, whatever space and distance is created, whatever time I miss with you, whatever misunderstanding that is able to be accrued, whatever becomes distorted, whatever worship is sacrificed, I am willing for this husband, for this job, for this opportunity, for this notoriety, for these followers, for these connections. And I'm wondering, for those who are frustrated in a place that they think is stagnant, God has a glimpse of the joy that you might see what he truly wants in this place where he has you still. Perhaps you might realize that his presence is actually the present. Perhaps you might realize that it's worth more than the opportunity, than this relationships that you've been dying for, that you think that you can't live without. I wonder if she's ever going to really appreciate my protection more than what she thinks is going to be companionship that's going to make things better. I wonder if they're going to even recognize the healing, that I'm the reason why they even have peace. I'm the reason why they have sanity. I'm the reason why they didn't kill themselves after the last relationship, but they just want to jump into another one and fail to see my face. Why do you keep running to my hands when I'm trying to get you to see my face?